Hey, thanks for tuning into another video. So there was something I wanted to say. There are a few simple things you can do every time you wash your bus to make your bus get better every time you wash it. And a perfect example are these jalousie windows, where you can see that this is, basically original crust of what I started with on these windows. And every time I wash, I try to start off with little barkeeper's friend and hit all my hit this stuff and knock this corrosion down. And you can see it's starting to come up to almost a mirror-like finish. And then you can finish with a metal polish. Now, I know there's other ways to do this, sandpaper and stuff like that, and if you really want to get into it, the whole restoration of the windows, which mine needs. All my rubber is deteriorated in some fashion or another, and it needs to be replaced. But that's one of the things I do when I go to wash my bus, is try to break out the barkeeper's friend. Another thing is, right before I wash my bus, WD-40 everything, because all this stuff is supposed to move relatively easy. It's not supposed to grind or have dirt, so if it's crunchy, I'll flush it out really well, and then when you wash the car, it all washes off. Now here's another interesting thing. See the spacer right here? You have to have these. You have to have a spacer on these mirrors, or they just won't stay. They'll just keep falling off. Trust me, been there. So these spacers were no longer available for a little while. I think they've become available since then. But the fix around that is, if you ever get a pack of CDs, you buy blank CDs, this is one of the spacers that comes on the top of that CD pack, and you can use that because it fits perfectly. I believe I have one on both sides. So, when you're washing your Volkswagen, again, part of the issue is you got to get in here and get these hinges. And you want to flush them out. There shouldn't be. These are dirtier than I like. This should all be clean. And then, of course, when you are washing, you're going to wipe all these things down. And every time you wipe it down with something, every time you wipe the rubber down with something neutral, give it back its nutrients, you can help it last a little bit longer. These are original seals. I have yet to replace them. The other part, I'm sorry, let me open this door back up. All these things should work. They should all work. Sounds a little squeaky. I haven't washed and flushed, but hit these hinges. Get them lubed up. When you go to close this, it's best to push this side first and then use it to leave her in. If you don't want to pull on this too hard, you'll just snap it right off. It's not meant, really not meant to do that. And again, these parts clean up. These were terrible. You see around the front. I just wanted to show you this side. Looks like I made a different kind of gasket. I think I actually just used gasket material and cut a circle and stuck that in there, because I didn't have another CD circle. You can see these hinges are pretty clean. And I'm operating this light here. Because it's so hard to move, it shouldn't be. It should be a lot easier than that. But you actually want it to be stiff so that it will stay when you put it in location. So that's another reason why you don't want to just be yanking on that handle. But here again, you can see I'm slowly working my way around and just cleaning off the crustals. But usually I'm washing with the car with these shut, so you can see I wipe this out. But don't forget to get in there and clean that out. And you want to open these up and flush all your jalousie window components and make sure they are cleaned up and lubed up so that they open nice and easy, because you don't want them binding, and you don't want your crank structure in here to fail, because every single one of these joints is seized up with corrosion, and there's several joints on every window, so make sure you get them all as part of your maintenance. Doing the sliding door, my other YouTube people has had an issue. I wanted to show you how my slider works and rolls, and how clean that is. And here's another thing I'm going to lift up on the door. there is no minimal movement. Okay, and the roller does not move. Comes back and locks. The locking mechanism is right here. And then when you unlock the door, see how that slides? And I always push back here. I see this a lot on a lot of buses, this scrape here. Again, I'm interested to hear people's comments as to why that is, but that's how my door shuts. Again, this is 1979 rubber right there. You can see the corrosion. Okay, those are some of the things I wanted to point out. Especially in the back here, you got these open hinges for your engine bay. And this little thingy here too. All that's got to get lubed. That stuff goes, starts getting hard to move, and you don't want to wear out. Some of the other things are up here. I need to use a dry lube on this, and usually don't need to hit it that much. Just usually wipe it clean because they're all plastic sliders. So as long as it's clean, you shouldn't have to worry about lubrication per se. All right. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in on another video of what Constance is doing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.